In today's world and today in Akron, Ohio, what Dr. Toll, for our purposes, fortunately, is coming to talk to us about was a reality that probably most of us shudder and can't even imagine. And those words, spoken from real human beings, have had such an impact on so many people. And so the importance today, not of the details of the dates, not of places maybe so much, but the human experience that we all need to learn and continue to remember. And most important about remembering is making certain we don't make that mistake again.
It was a very difficult time for us to walk in without fear, just with a head down, but straight, crossing the street. And so, for the next 18 months, I didn't go outside. I didn't see a friend. I didn't venture to speak aloud because the walls were told that they have ears. And if some next door neighbor heard us talking, before you know it, he or she could go to the police and say, it is something very odd. There are voices coming from that apartment that don't belong to Mr. and Mrs. Wojcik, who were in their late 50s. After a while, listening to those stories, I became bored, and I said, I want to go outside. I want to go to see the fresh air. And she says, no, we will have to do something much better for you. She asked Mrs. Wojcik to ask her friend to get me a watercolor box. And once that color box came into my possession, my whole life changed. I emerged into a different world. The girl with a bow, someone asked me if it was me. I really cannot tell you, but I know that every day, even though we never went outside, my mother combed my hair and put my bow on. At that time, I had only one dress to change, but it was as if I was going outside. And we played domino, my mother and I. None of this I experienced. I could only look, standing far enough from the sheer curtains and looking outside to see what took place in the world that I had no right to exist. What I want to impress you, besides looking at the artwork, and I still paint today, that you should be the guardians of anyone who decide to bully you, who decide to show prejudice, whether it's a religious, ethnical, or any form of prejudice, that you should always help out. And I'm bestowing that upon you today. You shouldn't be a silent bystander. You should make sure that you speak out if injustice is made.